Alright, and let's continue the Duke's Archives, finish that off and head into the Crystal Caves, which is one of the worst areas of the game. Like, dear God. Dear God, I hate this place. Of course, we've got the blood shield. We like the blood shield. Let's rock and roll. This feels a bit jittery, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's get going. Actually, we freed Logan last time. He should be here now. There he is. Hey, Logan.
Hello there. I was expecting you. This place is truly magnificent. More than expected, even. As promised, I shall share the new sorceries with you. And the secret of Seath's immortality.
Awesome, what is it?
The secret of Seath's immortality.
Yeah.
If you have fought him and were in prison, you must know that Seath is a true undead, different from ourselves. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death. It is an effect of the primordial crystal.
Okay, that was weird.
A sacred treasure pillaged by Seath when he turned upon the ancient dragons.
I thought the subtitles didn't load, but then he said the same thing twice, but it was in two different tones.
So much as scratch his hide. And it so happens, the primordial crystal is in the inner garden of the...
So that was weird.
The Crystal Forest.
It's not that it skipped. It he said the second line, the next line.
The tomes stored in these the great
That's not what I'm after. No, he said the first line. Then he went to the second line, but the subtitles didn't progress. And then the subtitles did progress, and he said the second line again, but he had a different tone in his voice. Like it was two separate recordings. I do not use sorcerers. I do not need any of that. So that was weird. See you later, Logan. That's actually the end of Logan's quest line. This is basically his goal, and once you buy all of the sorceries from him, he'll go hollow. Yeah, that voice skipping bit is like, it's like in Sonic 06 where they left in... You know what? I want those prism stones on me. It's like in Sonic 06 where they left in somebody flubbing their lines and then restarting the lines. And like you can straight up hear that in the game. And that's bad. Alright. There's the Crystal Caves down there. I do love the cape the Silver Knight armor has. I like the capes. Wish there were more capes in this game. What up, Golem? Oh, I do love not having the fat roll. Bad Golem. What rings do I have? You know, if I swap this out with the covetous gold serpent ring... Oh yeah, Sonic 06 is an amazing game in just how many levels of unpolished it is. It's one of my favourite things about the game because there are bad games that are boring, but Sonic 06 never gets boring because it just keeps revealing new levels of bad. And I love it. It's amazing. Ooh, blue Titanite. Yeah, let's kill all the golems before we head down. Which one of you wants to fight me first? There you go, come on. Got you now. I see that as an absolute win. What do you got? Nothing. And there's the issue with fighting two enemies at once. Which hopefully we'll deal with pretty quickly. There we go. And back up. Haha. Oh, Bane. I finally saw the episode 9 trailer on Friday. And I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Onwards. It's like, you'll love the reason why I actually ended up watching the episode 9 trailer. It's not because I was curious or even bored. I went and saw Endgame on Friday, finally, and the trailer was showing before the movie, and that is the only reason I've seen the episode 9 trailer. Oh, there's another one. Alright, so I think there's 2 more after this, before we actually enter the Crystal Caves. Oh, god damn it. It's so hard to see the health bar sometimes. Honestly, my opinion of the episode 9 trailer is, it is the single most boring trailer I have ever seen for a Star Wars movie. Like, seriously. I have never been less enthusiastic to see a Star Wars movie. And it's like, you know, I've still not seen Solo. Mostly because I just ain't that bothered. I'll see it eventually, when I'm bored one night, probably. But you know, I'll say for Solo, the trailer was at least entertaining. I was not interested in the concept of Solo at all, but the trailer looked like it was going to be an entertaining movie. Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. I mean, seriously, this sequel trilogy just been bad name after bad name. Ugh, but you know, I was not overly interested in the concept of Solo, but the trailer looked like it would be at least entertaining to watch. Rise of Skywalker was so boring. And like, I'm watching, and like, wow, even Billy D. Williams coming back didn't look entertaining, possibly because they gave him like 2 seconds of screen time in the trailer. But there was one surprise, that you hear the Palpatine laugh as the trailer ends, and it was like, really? This is going to be your saving throw for the entire mess that was The Last Jedi? Are we really going to turn around and say Palpatine was behind all of it? Because don't get me wrong, I love Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine. And if they're bringing him back, nice. But we're too far gone now for that to actually be a saving grace. That said, if we were to do that Darth Vader slasher movie I keep asking for, and we had Ian McDiarmid reprising his role as Palpatine in that, I could be on board there. Seriously, Lucasfilm, hire me. But no, like I say, considering the entire point of a trailer is to make you want to see the movie, it's amazing how bad the trailer for that movie was. And like that scene they have at the start with Rey just doing nothing in the desert that they linger on for way too long, and then she starts running, and it looks really bad. And it's like, seriously? This is what you're showing to get us interested in the new Star Wars movie? Because let's be fair, Lucasfilm, at this point we're at a point where just saying Star Wars isn't getting people into the cinema anymore. Alright, Crystal Caves, let's do this. If you could jump off into your, to your death, I would really appreciate that. Got lucky there. Alright, come on. Alright. Matt Smith is going to be young Palpatine clone, really? Well, there goes any interest I have in Palpatine returning. It's like you say, very Dark Empire, that idea. Dark Empire also wasn't good. Like, some of the ideas of Dark Empire were cool, but Dark Empire was bad. So yeah, Crystal Caves. Biggest problem is these platforms. Let me get a little more comfortable. Pretty much all of these platforms are walking on crystals that are sloped at an angle. Jeez, let me take a drink. Yeah, pretty much all of these are sloped at an angle, and it is very inconsistent with what angles you can actually stand on. Because some of them, it's like, take a step off the angle and bam, you slide down into your death. Also, moonlight butterflies. Oh, I want to grab that. Sorry about that. Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Bane. The fan film, part 2 of that Vader fan film, so much more interesting as a concept. But then, I think, like that, see? Like, yeah, that's pretty far sloped. there's gentler slopes that'll screw us. I think probably part of the problem with the sequels is they haven't created any characters that we really care about, like the old characters. I don't particularly care about Rey. Also, mandatory invisible platforms. We have to walk across, I think, 3 invisible platforms to get to the boss. Really hate this. Yeah, the I just don't think any of the sequel characters are particularly interesting. They haven't built them up in any really interesting ways, but they expect us to really care about them as much as we cared about the characters in the original trilogy, or even about Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, which, you know, you're asking a lot there because it's Ewan McGregor, and I don't really like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I hate this golem, I really do. Okay. There's the hit. Yeah. It's like the Rebels ended and the new Star Wars cartoon they're showing is Resistance. And it's like, oh yeah, it's about these new characters in the Resistance in like 6 months before Episode 7. Great. I don't care about that time. I really don't. Oh, and also Oscar Isaac is in it, reprising his role as Poe from the movies. Great, I don't care about Poe. You've never given me a reason to. Ah, that lock on. It's like they expect us to care about these characters because it's Star Wars, but you can't just do that. It's like, hey, you remember HK-47? You remember why we liked the character? Was it because he was in Star Wars? No, because he was well written and funny. God, I hate that golem. Alright. Do our best not to aggro any of these moonlight butterflies. I know I have to drop off. Is it here? Yeah. Alright. Back here. There we go. Nice. The thing with fighting Seath, is you are either going to be dead or he is, before 3 Estus runs out, probably. Do I really drop down there? I'm sure this pathway goes all the way to the other end. Like, this is, yeah. This is definitely a good reason to play in online mode, because there are always, there we go, alright. There's always messages placed down by other players for other players. Because this is ridiculous. Make sure it's actually a straight line. Alright, there we go. God, this section's awful. And then the clams come in. You know, after this, I think I'm gonna do the catacombs and get the Rite of Kindling. There's one on the left, but which one's gonna aggro first? That one's already aggroed. Alright. Yeah, the aggro range on these things is weird. Also, fighting them's weird. Oh, if only I could backstab you. Alright, that wasn't too bad. What you're going to do without Xbox Live as Star is you are going to pray. See how many purging stones we get from these guys, actually. Having the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring's a good idea here. To try and get more purging stones before the Seath fight. Alright, if we go over here... Because these things are a pain to fight. I do not want to fight more than one at once. There we go, that one's aggroed. Alright, let's do this right. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Alright, who's next? There you go. Where did the other one die? Oh, it died further up. Right. Alright. Twinkling Sight is nice, but I'm pretty sure at this point I've got enough to fully upgrade the Black Knight sword. Can't escape here. Not even any music in this area. Wasn't there another clam? Oh, it's behind that clam. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. And there we go. 4 two-handed hits is actually really good. I'm happy with that. It's not even cave music, it's just like low wind. Did not need that kick. Alright, so we got 1 purging stone. Shame. Where did that go? Alright. Now, I've never been cursed in this fight, but things can go bad. We have the Blood Shield, which I'm pretty sure also blocks curse. Or at least builds up curse resistance. Alright, let's do this. I love how cool I look in that armour. We break that, Seath becomes mortal again and we can kill it. Gonna be honest, Seath, you look a hell of a lot less impressive in person. Now it's on. Also, you can cut off Seath's tail, it's at the back. You do get something, I have never managed to cut it off. Watch out for those crystals, because they do curse. Ouch. Can't see. Damn it. Use the Estus. Move. Excuse me. If you could kindly die, Seath, I'd appreciate it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Use an Estus. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Use my last Estus. Yeah, this ain't gonna go well. Me. Who's that? Damn it. I'm still alive. No, I'm dead now. Damn it. God damn it, we have to go back down there again. Like, the biggest problem, well, one of the big issues is getting back down to Seath. There's no bonfire in the Crystal Caves until after you defeat Seath, so we have to make we have to make that long trip back down through the bullshit. Alright, just skip the golems. I don't think the gold golems respawn. That's where I use like 4 Estus, so that shouldn't be too bad. And before I actually go into the fight with Seath, I should switch my rings out. Here we go. Run, boy, run. This world is not meant for you. This is gonna go wrong. Totally feel it. Alright, boys, you want me? Come and get me. Excuse me. Oh, something died. Oh, crap. Sorry about that, really knocked the mic there. Oh, yeah, no, I killed the Crystal Warrior. Yeah, that's fair enough. Is that golem still following? They're all following. Yeah. They are pretty slow, but they are all following. Nope, still coming. Yeah. Alright. Okay, seems fine. Take a drink. Alright. If that guy navigates the invisible platform without falling down, that's not fair. God damn it. Here. Get back here, you. That was close. Oh no, what are you, Mr. X? If I was recording this and not streaming it, I would have totally put in the Mr. X sting there from the original RE2. Like in editing. It would have been great. I'm not going out there to fight you. Good. Alright. God, I hate this part. Like, because you're never sure whether you're in the center or not. Like, exactly where you are on the platform. You subconsciously want to... God, what's the word? You subconsciously want to readjust yourself. It's really hard to stop doing that. Alright, blue tear stone's always good. Got it for a reason. Alright, let's skip the clams. Excuse me. Nope, not you. Bye-bye. And the problem with not taking Seath out on the first try is the first try gives you a clear shot to the thing making Seath immortal. Every other time you gotta get around him. Where were my souls? With you in a minute, Seath. Where are my souls? There they are. Alright, let's do this. Ah, you overgrown worm. Pull the shield out, pull the shield out. That's why I usually don't go two-handed. Alright, let's do this. Gotta watch out for that tail. Now go for it. get back here. Want to know what your tail drops? I want to know. Can you show me? Okay, do your breath attack. Come on. Can't drag an eye if you don't have a breath attack. Do it. That's right. Alright. Come on, sweetheart. You got anything else? No, you're just gonna swipe. You're not gonna hit me like that. There it is. Two-hand it. Nasty. Shield out. You know, I don't think the blood shield actually does anything for curse. What was it? Bleed? Yikes. Bleed, poison, toxic, and there was something else, and I don't remember what it was. Not sure. Drop your tail. Look, you're gonna die. Why not just be a good boy and give me your damn tail? God damn it. I think that was his tail. I'm gonna get tired of you in a minute, I'm just gonna kill you. You're gonna die before your tail drops, aren't you? There's probably a specific area of the tail you've got to hit, and I've not been hitting it far down enough. Excuse me. What's that you say? Dark Souls hitboxes are great? Sure they are. Where am I? Alright. Time to die, Seath. I'm done with you. See you in hell. Alright. Just didn't want to cooperate. Some people are just like that. Alright, let's see. If I warp to an old Londo, I can have the giant blacksmith boost up my Black Knight sword. If I do that before I level up, then I can make sure I've got enough souls for it. Now, the issue with Seath isn't Seath, the issue is getting to Seath. By avoiding everything on the way to Seath, And then getting to Seath with like the 10 I need to sit down at that bonfire. And then getting to Seath with 10 Estus, there's no real trouble there. The issue's getting to it is the worst part of the thing. Alright. So let's go and hit that giant blacksmith up. Where are you? There it is. That is over half. Which means I want to re-equip Havel's ring for a little bit. Just so I can have both. Didn't actually equip the spear. Damn it. Hmm. 22 endurance. I am currently at 18. I will need to level up. Yeah. I'll have to consider this. I am at a point where leveling up dexterity isn't necessarily a bad idea. Even though I'm main in the Black Knight Greatsword. Did I leave the elevator down there? Yeah, I'll die if I jump there. Alright. In fact, you know what? Let's use some of my soul items. Not like I'm going to use them for anything else. Okay, so I need about 27,000. Yeah, okay, it's going to be more than that. Alright, I'm pretty sure that Firekeeper soul isn't Anastasia's, and I resurrected her, I remember that, yeah.
Go ahead, even an undead.
Estus plus 4, looks good. Go to the Dark Moon Tomb. Alright, let's go and do this. Fully upgrade the Black Knight Sword. If necessary, do a little bit of grinding to level up so we can get another dexterity so we can use the Silver Knight Spear. So we can grind off the Silver Knights, not too bad. Could use Assault, the symbol of avarice, for that actually. That boosts soul drops. Excuse me, small giants. Just need to pass. Okay, I'm gonna kill both of you now. Yeah, come over here. See what happens. That's right. Alright. Kill you, but you have nowhere to run, so you'll be easier. Alright, and say hello to Giant Friend.
Hello.
Hello.
Forge I can. Strong I am.
Force. No. Yes. Bada bing. And Silver Knight Spear. Awesome.
Comments.
Thank you, friend. Yeah. Alright. Set to the bonfire in here. We use the rest of our soul items and we will see how much we need for that one extra point of dex. You might think leveling up the Silver Knight Spear to +4 was excessive. Probably was. But it's going to make the next area easier. Catacombs will be so much easier that way. What up, bro? Leveling up the Black Knight Sword, though, is going to pay off. Like, seriously. There we go. Alright, and we'll grab the other one as well before we go on that bonfire. So, like I said before, it's 1,000 a pop, 1,200 if you get the parry kill. So grinding for souls here isn't so bad. How many do we need? About another 1,000. Yeah, no, we've got this. There we go. Look at that. By being able to wield the Silver Knight Spear, the damage on it's actually not that bad. Especially at +4. Not quite as good as the Black Knight Sword, but the versatility of it is very useful. And repair. And file link. Right, so let's go get that Rite of Kindling. Because that will certainly be helpful with what we're going to be doing next. What up, Sigmar? We'll just sit here, actually. Okay, so I don't think I ever showed it off, but these guys all left at one point. And now he's back alone.
Oh, you again? Me? I've become separated from my lady. I've scoured near and far, but no sight of her. Where could she have gone? My lady, to think I swore to protect you with my life. Your Highness, where have you gone? I am entirely to blame for this. Oh, woe is me. I am unworthy, deathly so. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I...
Nah. So yeah, he's back alone, the rest are gone. There's Laurentius, who we freed down in the depths.
You made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my Pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. And unless you find the magic's unsavory. Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this.
Now we can use Pyromancy.
From the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Why, let's get started right now. Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it, just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time.
Right.
Be safe, don't you dare.
And over here, actually. Like, this is where Logan sits when you first rescue him. I don't know if he ever found his apprentice. Oh well.
No, I'm fine.
Back to the graveyard. See how things have changed. Nice. I mean, still be careful of the skeletons, because there's a lot of them. And they do inflict bleed. The bleed is nasty. Alright, let me just get a bit more comfortable before we head down into the catacombs. Because the catacombs sure are an area I'm not particularly comfortable in. Ugh. Excuse me. Alright. Catacombs. Which are this way. Now, there is one big trick with the catacombs. It's an irritating trick if you don't know how to deal with it. Gotta watch out for those heads. Okay, skeleton. Dead. Comes back to life. The issue is necromancers. Now, there are two ways of dealing with that. You either kill the necromancers, or you kill the skeletons with a divine weapon, which the Silver Knight Spear is. The Silver Knight Spear is also one of the only weapons, one of the only divine weapons in the game that doesn't require faith. Which is a stat I have not been using. All it is I think it's just a dex requirement. But it deals faith damage. Or miracle damage? I don't know. Let's get a look at it, actually. Yeah, it deals miracle damage. 16 strength, 22 dex. Doesn't require any faith. Deals miracle damage. And that's the entire point of using it in this area. Because with miracle damage, those skeletons will not get back up regardless of whether the necromancer's still alive. Alright. You can tell whether the necromancer's alive, because if the necromancer is alive, their eyes are glowing. There's the necromancer. Push this in. Opens the gate for us. Light this bonfire. Let's see. 2 humanity. Reverse hollowing and kindle. There we go. There is actually another bonfire down here, but it's hidden. Also, those are actually bugs and they're moving. It's a really nice little detail. And since we sat at a bonfire, these guys are back alive. However, the necromancer that was keeping them alive is dead, or should be. Let me just stay here a minute to make sure. Yep, looks good. And then we can continue onwards. So if somebody's not using a divine weapon, or doesn't pick up the Silver Knight Spear, which is possible because this is a drop. Usually what they'll do is they will dash through the catacombs straight into the necromancer. Which is not a bad idea. You just have to then deal with all the skeletons chasing you. But the necromancers do not respawn. So even if you go down, it ain't so bad. bloody skulls. Get back here. Get out of the way, you guys. And of course, what would Catacombs be without some kind of traps? Get out of the way. So you want to be careful because catacombs are full of traps. It's actually been a good while since I've been all the way through the catacombs. I usually just grab a shortcut down. Do you mind? Bloody necromancers. Excuse me. And you. Get to a better position. There. Push this. Turns the bridge over there, but make sure you've killed everything over here. Because otherwise someone will turn it back while you're walking, right? Seriously, that is really irritating. Watch out for the traps. Alright. Ooh, the skull lantern dropped early. Nice. Here's a shortcut. And here's the secret bonfire in the catacombs. And since we are actually human at the minute and we picked up a humanity somewhere, let's use it. Kindle. The best idea really is to kindle basically every bonfire by the end of the game for New Game Plus. Because when you start the New Game Plus, every bonfire will remain in the state it was kindled in. And like, especially after you get the right of kindling. Before you go to fight the final boss, kindle everything. It's like, oh, you don't have enough humanity, go and get enough humanity and kindle everything to its max level. Alright, let's do this. I do like taking that short to skip a good amount of the catacombs. And getting the skull lantern like that easily means you don't have to worry about chasing down all the necromancers for one. Oh, that's weird. Alright, where am I? Oh, yeah, no, I remember. Really watch out for the skulls around here. There we go. Should be almost near the bottom, actually. Ah, there we go. Doesn't that look familiar? I didn't got a shield up in time. Ooh, it's getting nasty. Black Knight sword plus 5 people. I hear what you're saying, Estasa, and the answer is nah. However, I will show off what happens when you get in the coffin, though. I'm not going to join the Gravelord Covenant, but I'll show off what happens when you get in the coffin. Again, this is a similar thing to the nest for the bird that takes you back to the asylum. Because you have to sit in here for a good while. It's like, who figured this out? I have a 6 sword though, Estasa. Besides, I already said, Chaos Servant or Dark Moon Blade. It'd be really neat though if this was actually a shortcut to get to the boss. Tomb of the Giants. I think we actually have to fall down there. And there is Gravelord Nito, who we have to kill, actually. He will be one of the Lord Souls we're after. Really nice if this was actually a secret way to get to him to fight him, but it's not. All you can do here is join the Gravelord Covenant. I was actually doing my cleric run that I have, and somebody had put down a Gravelord sign, Gravelord servant sign in the Undead Burg, which was really interesting. Alright, we're back in the Catacombs, let's continue. To the left. Really wish you had more options to fight on ladders. As it is, fighting an enemy on a ladder is really just a waste of time. And more often than not, it's going to get you hurt. There we go. That's a trap. That's also a trap. Two necromancers here, I think. Yep. Oh no, one necromancer, two skeletons. And our favourite enemies. And there's more of them here. I've had that happen to me so often here. There he goes again. But there's actually a bunch of them down here. You need to be careful of them. But I've had that happen in the PS4 version as well. The wheelie skeletons just clip through the wall there and go and die. This looks a lot brighter than I remember it, actually. There's two more over there coming at me. Oh, there's three, actually. They seem a lot shinier in this version. It's so much easier to see them. Oh, I forgot about you. You give me a minute? We're right with you. And there's another one. You give me another minute? Or are we going to do this? No, if you insist. Ooh, the shield. You are rude. Alright, let me get a look at that shield, actually. Stability is good, but what's the stability of the blood shield? 57 at +4, jeez. 6 versus 3, so it's doubled the weight. Better for everything except magic. Yeah, I was disappointed that he didn't drop the axe. I was really hoping for the axe. I mean, I wouldn't have used it in this playthrough, but for New Game Plus, it would have been a lot of fun. There's good fire resistance. Yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah, well, I don't particularly care about that blacksmith. Alright, let's do this. What no mask I'm gonna get? In fact, let me... No, if I swap out Havel's ring, I'm gonna... Let me see. I don't need this anymore. If I drop Havel's ring... Let's see, that'll be 84. Yeah, if I drop Havel's ring, this is too heavy, so I'd have to go back to the blood shield. Alright. Here's hoping for a good mask. I also hate this. You have to drop in here and take damage. I hate that. Dark Souls does that too often. That's a skeleton. Hey, Pinwheel. Get back here, Pinwheel. Well, hope everybody enjoyed that, boss. Right, kindling. Hold my bone, humanity. Okay, thank you. Mask of the Mother. Slightly raises HP. Eh. Honestly, if you're gonna get a mask off him, you want either the father or the child. The child actually boosts stamina regen. How am I gonna do this? So here's the Tomb of the Giants. This is what it normally looks like. Now, I don't actually want to do the Tomb of the Giants yet. What I want is to... There you are. Find the bonfire that I can teleport to. So I don't have to go through the catacombs again. Don't worry, we'll still take care of Solaire. Like I say, I'm actually only after the bonfire. I don't want to do this properly yet. So one of the bonfires down here you can teleport to. The biggest problem is how thin the platforms are here in the dark. I'm actually glad I got the skull lantern as easily as I did. It means I can just do this without worrying that much. Oh, there's another one I forgot about you. Really am appreciating that Black Knight sword +5. It's further down, isn't it? Hey, Patches. Yeah, I think it's round here, actually. That doesn't look right. I don't think that's what I want. Is this the right way? Is this the right way? No wonder the arrows were so big. Oh, there's more of them. Pretty sure this isn't the right way either. Alright. What do you think was going to happen, genius? Where is that bonfire? I know there's one around here. It's not helpful to me. Well, there's where we fought Pinwheel, so we've come round in a circle. I'm glad I didn't jump that. Alright, let me switch this up with blue tear stone. I'm on my last Estus, pays to be safe. Okay, you just popped in. There it is. Awesome. Alright. Now we can walk back to this one anytime we want. I should have had more faith in Starcer. Alright, let's get rid of that skull. Skull lantern. Replace you with the Black Knight shield. Still got the good roll. And to the Undead Parish. What up, Andre?
Why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
Yeah, sure.
Magnificent! You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
I wasn't going to use it anyway.
Don't get yourself killed. Night.
Alright, now I have something. Dark Amber, that's for the cult. No living blacksmith knows of it. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I'd have to look into what enemies the occult weapons are actually useful against. So the main reason why I tend to be just a simple hitting things person is because hitting things with standard weapons is always effective. There's no enemy that won't go down to being hit with a big sword. Jack of all trades. Ooh, there's something shining down there. Oh no, there it is. a leather set. Oh, that's where the longbow was. I'm glad I'm still a human for this, actually. Alright, let's kill some more of these golems. Now, of course, since we killed the Hydra, we actually don't need the Crest of Artorias. The Crest of Artorias will get you into the second half of the Darkroot Forest. 20,000 souls, it's not really... Oh, you think you can double team me? For 20,000 souls, you don't really have a hard time getting into the second half of the forest. Or if you don't feel like throwing down that much, you can go through the Hydra and take this route. Alright, so Ornstein and Smoke, Gwendolyn, Gwyn, and the Black and Silver Knights are weak to the occult. I don't think that's enough to justify going with an occult weapon. You know what, let's go see Dusk actually before we move on. The sign's gone. That's just a body. Alright, moving on. So yeah, by killing the Hydra, you can get to this ladder over here that leads you to the second half of Darkroot Forest, which is mandatory as an area. Well, yeah, the Occult Club, yes, I'll agree. The Occult Club we got. In fact, let me get a look at it right now. I need to throw some of this stuff away. There we go. Isn't too bad, it's already a cult, so you could throw some more reinforcement into it. That said, it's just a club. Yeah, the Silver Knights do give off good souls, but the Silver Knights are also really easy to deal with. I was terrible at parrying, and what actually got me into parrying was the Silver Knights, because they're so easy to get the timing down for. Oh, what's that over there? That looks interesting. It's Dusk's equipment. Bestowed upon Dusk upon her birth. Raises power and effects of the magic, but damage suffered by magic also rises. Is it the same for these? Which one was Dusk's? There we go, the antiquated dress. Imbued with ancient magic power. Boost magic defense. Yeah, interesting stuff, but why is it here and what's this? And why is it a 2D sprite that moves with the camera? And as he beheld the sanctuary garden, he reacted with awe. Awe. I said awe. A-W-E. Ooh. That's better. So I'm going to throw down a humanity here. Didn't actually want to throw down humanity, actually. If we get through this boss, there's a better area for it. You gotta touch everything just to find out what it is. But actually, I want to sit there, just so I'll come back here. Here we go. How you doing, Manticore? Let's do this. It's old school. Say what you want. Black Knight Sword +5, worth it. I need to stop looking at the chat during boss fights. I should have totally hit the wings there. That all you got, big guy? Here it comes. You're half the prize there, genius. Should have rolled. Breaking the rules of combat there. Come at me. I said come at me, not shoot me. See what happens? Welcome to the DLC. Such a warm welcome. We are now officially in our Tories of the Abyss. And this is the one I actually wanted to throw down the humanity at. More strength's good. I thought you wanted to see all this stuff, Estasa.
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness. But Princess Dusk
Well, the name of the
is here no
DLC is
longer,
Artorias of the
snatched
Abyss.
away by that horrifying
That's the name of the
primeval
DLC.
being. And so I must ask, couldst thou once more play the Saviour?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary. Something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost, for I am one with the sorceries of Urasil.
Thanks, Mushroom Lady.
Thou shalt see further on. An abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Ulasil. Knight Artorias came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. Indeed, the abyss may be unstoppable. Still, I have faith that Princess Dusk may be rescued yet.
Okay, cool, cool. That suggests something interesting,
May the
actually.
flames guide thee.
Let's repair, actually, before we go on, because we're gonna be getting hit hard in this area. Everything here hits hard. Yeah, look, you can see an Orlando up there. You know, that's a good point, actually, Istas. I do have the rite of kindling, so I might as well kindle that bonfire again. We're probably going to make some good use out of it. Go. 20 Estus. Will it be enough is the question. Alright, so we're in this until we're done. I mean, it's not like the Painted World or Seath's Tower, where you can't leave. We can leave, but we're going to stick around here until we're done. The Royal Wood. Fun fact, pay close attention to where we are and what we're fighting. And you might get an idea of just where we are. And of course there's these flowers here. Come on. I'll be careful because there's a lot of things that can sneak up on us. Like this guy. Fighting these guys is a pain, actually. These are some of the toughest regular enemies. So fighting them with anything else around is an issue. Okay, get out of the way. Move. God damn it. These things are stone giants. Like I say, probably the toughest standard enemy. Honestly, my advice is get your bearings in this area and then run. Don't bother fighting any of them, because it ain't worth it. Like these guys, not so much of an issue. Watch out with the pitchfork because they're a lot quicker than you think. But the stone guys, Thank you. And at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore all the enemies and run. There is actually a shortcut we can unlock that I want. It's really worth it. Get out of the way, Calamite. That was an actual dragon. No, get back here, you. I better count. Oh, that's not good. You can see the problem areas here. This ain't clock tower, bugger off. Places where the abyss has just burst through. There's Ulasil. Oh, this ain't gonna be pleasant. See you later, suckers. I need to move off that before they jump on it. And this is our goal. See, as you can see, something's gone wrong here.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the past? Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers in this strange land. But at least now there are two of us. Did you happen across Knight Artorias, the legendary Abyss Walker from the old tales? Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me. So long.
So you got dragged here, same as me, but you dress in very different clothes, suggesting you're from a different time from me. Yeah, they make no bones about it, time travel's involved here. We've been dragged into the past. It's not even something you have to infer. And of course, the trick is that entire area we were just in becomes Darkroot Forest. The stone giants we were fighting become the stone giants in Darkroot Forest. They just decay and fall apart. Those guys with the pitchfork, pretty sure they become the tree guys we've been fighting in Darkroot Forest. Now let's go fight the second boss. Artorias the Abyss Walker. The bad news is he's been consumed by the Abyss. There's also the case of his left arm is clearly broken. He's also without his great shield. If you check the cover art for the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, Artorias wields his sword in his left hand. The suggestion is he's fighting us here, like without his great shield, and with his sword in his offhand. This isn't Artorias at his best, even corrupted by the Abyss. finish this. One hit away. If I'd gotten that first time, I'd have been really happy. Alright, back at it. But Artorias is probably my favourite boss in the entire game, base game included. The fight is just so technical. Because he'll do a lot of the stuff you'll do. He's more acrobatic, but it's very close to a doppelganger match, which is usually my favourite kind of fight. Fighting someone who's on your level. Someone who moves and acts similarly to you. Like in Devil May Cry, my favourite fights in the first Devil May Cry, Nilo Angelo, Devil May Cry 3, I love fighting Virgil. I do always love, like, the fights against enemies similar to yourself, like that, in games where you're fighting enemies that are usually so different. That would have been a triumph for the LP, actually, if I'd have gotten that in one try. Or of the stream, rather. Round 2, Artorias. There was the kick that I didn't want. Give me like another 4 tries before I get anything as good as that first try, innit? Thanks for joining us, Bane. Catch you next time, man. Nasty. There it is. And the good news is, once we get past Artorias, the rest of the DLC isn't as difficult. It's like you start the DLC, you go into the Sanctuary and you fight the Sanctuary Guard, you fight the Sanctuary Guardian. Tricky fight. Then there's the whole forest, which is not pleasant at all, honestly. Then there's Artorias, or if you go a different way, there's Calamite, and Calamite's probably worse, honestly. But after we get past Artorias, it's not as bad. We'll have a better chance after Artorias. And we'll start heading towards the source of the abyss. See you, losers. Alright, round 3. It ends here. One shall stand, one shall fall. Gotta be careful, because almost every opening can lead straight into another attack like that. So actually dealing damage to Artorias is pretty tricky, without being hit yourself. Far enough, is he going to do there? No, he's going to run at me. Alright. I'm surprised I actually blocked all of that. Really could do with the Chloranthy ring. I just don't remember where I get it. I'm having a hard time seeing through all this mist of his. That was nasty. God damn it. Yeah, there's 3 attempts. So I don't know, I called this stream the best fight in the game. It took us like 2 hours to get to it. Yeah, let's go again. At the very least, I want Artorias done before the end of the stream. Yeah, it's not like Seath or Pinwheel are the best fight in the game. Get out of the way. Oh. See you, loser. The question is, do I drop this and take in the Grass Crest shield instead? Might as well give it a shot. I want that stamina boost. And we didn't get the Mask of the Child, so that's not going to help. If only I remembered where to find the Chloranthy ring. I'm for big guy. There's the argument to be had that God damn it, dodge to the side. The Grass Crest shield doesn't do the 100% physical reduction, so I'm taking damage every time I block a hit. But with a standard shield, I'm not regenerating my stamina fast enough to block the hits. So that's an issue. I dodged that. Went for a second hit, I should have moved. Like I say, chances are wasn't going to get as good a run as the first time for a while. That first one was really good. Alright, let's keep going. Well, Darcy, you say you've got faith, but I've only got 11 faith. So faith doesn't do me that good. Get out of my way. I don't got much faith myself. Only got 11 faith. I do love the increased stamina regen. I did try once messing around with Mask of the Child, Chloranthy ring, and Grass Crest shield, and you do get a really good stamina regen out of it. Not really much point in using all three at once though, because the Chloranthy ring will do you just fine. Round 5. Do that, Artorias. Usually does either 1 or 3 though. It's all about the patience. Doesn't want to give you time to breathe. Always on you. Damn, that would have been a good hit. I wonder if you can knock him out of that if you do enough damage fast enough. How did that not hit? Back at it again. I swear to God, this is going to be like the last hour of the stream, just constantly throwing myself against Artorias. Excuse me. Don't hit me. Oh. Alright. So, lore-wise, there are 4 Knights of Gwyn. There's Artorias the Abyss Walker, Dragonslayer Ornstein, Hawkeye Go, and Lord's Blade Kieran. You only meet Ornstein in the base game, because the rest of them supposedly died or disappeared before the events of the game. The interesting thing here is, like, this is a long time ago. Artorias recently became, was recently overtaken by the Abyss. I know Orlando up there is still alive. It's not an empty city. Really wish I could go see that. That'd be interesting. Here we go again, round 6. going well as well. So that's the thing with Artorias, it's very rare that you'll actually burn through all your Estus. Because he'll usually just kill you. He hits hard, he hits fast, he rarely gives you a chance to breathe. It's a very dangerous boss. Yeah, tweaking my rings won't make any difference, Istasa. In fact, the only thing that might help is defense against physical attacks, maybe, rather than boosting defense when HP is low. What was that? Oh, I got a message on Reddit. Could have happened at a better time when I wasn't streaming. And like replacing blue tearstone, which is increased defense when health is low, with the steel plated ring might work a little better because we're taking the physical damage. Artorias generally doesn't leave us at low health. Generally takes us down to 0 from much higher. And we can't get rid of favor and protection because then it'll break. Maybe steel protection will help. Alright, round 7. Here we go. Poise is not something I need for Artorias. Boosting my armor isn't going to help. Throwing on the Black Iron Tarkus armor with Havel's ring, not going to help. Throwing on Havel's armor, not going to help. Artorias hits too hard, hits too fast. Me being slower is not going to help with that. Dodge the other way, genius. Change up my movements. I keep moving to his right, as is my usual method in Dark Souls, dealing with human-sized enemies, because that's where the shield usually is. But Artorias just has the big swings, so it makes no real difference. God damn it, why didn't you dodge? Well, this is the problem you run into with streams. Sometimes you'll just get stuck at one place and all anybody can do is just watch that. Like if I was doing this as an LP, all these deaths would happen and I would be cutting between the deaths. You'd see death, 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 like death montage, then the victory fight. Yeah, I know how not to do it, Star, so how not to do it is to get hit. Like, don't get hit. That's the goal. swear to God, I hate you. I hate you too. Yeah, but like, LP would be death montage, then the victory fight. I think this is the longest I've been stuck on one boss in this game, for the stream. Nah, the spear ain't gonna do me much good, honestly. The issue isn't that I can't hit Artorias, the issue is that I can't hit Artorias without being hit. He leaves very few openings, and the openings he does leave are usually feints because he will react very quickly. The Black Knight Sword's doing good damage. Might as well drink this one here. Because it's not like I'm running out of them. Yeah, Black Knight Sword's doing good damage. The issue is not being able to hit him enough. Getting overzealous there. I want to get those souls back. Like, if anything, when he roars is like the only opening. God damn it, it was too close. Before they got the shield up. If he roared when it's close to you more often, like that, be good. But he's very smart. He's a lot smarter than he really seems. Damn it, I got one hit. all of my health there in that one swing. God damn it. I was at full health there. Wrong button. I had that then. I had that, and then all of a sudden he just did way more damage. Does he get stronger every time he powers up with the Abyss? Is that a cumulative effect? That might be it. Cumulative effect, that means the fight has to be over quicker than that. If it is a cumulative effect, that basically makes this like Lucifer in Devil Survivor. Gotta end it before it gets too powerful. Attacks ain't enough to finish that. Since at this point we're in the business of taking hits anyway. Get a lock on just lost. I did more damage that time. He sits doing more damage every time he does that. Gotta end it before it becomes too powerful. This is it. All or nothing. Let's get out of here. This is an area that exists entirely for multiplayer. And all of this here is for setting up PvP. But my guess is the developers did not expect the PvP in Dark Souls to be as popular as it was. So in the DLC they added the actual dedicated PvP arena. Thanks, Istasa. Actually, it was on Black Knight. Need 6,000. That ain't enough. Is that enough? No, I need like an extra 100. Alright. Thank you. Oh no, they're screaming. This town is falling to the abyss. Not fallen, falling. And like, these are humans who have been corrupted by the abyss. The interesting thing is the lore implications of the abyss. Because the abyss is the dark. This is what happens when the dark runs unchecked. And there are a lot of implications here. Specifically implications to do with Cave. So let's move through this area. Design-wise, it feels kind of like Undeadburg 2. Oh god, I forgot about you. These guys just straight up cast dark at you. There's an item around here that will make it easier to deal with. Of course, there's also the question of what the dark actually is. But yeah. Ulysseal falls to the Abyss. Gwyn sends Artorias. I think he sends more than just Artorias to investigate and deal with it. Artorias falls to the Abyss. But history says Artorias succeeded. Artorias succeeded but was lost in battle. This DLC does actually tie directly in with Dark Souls 2 though. I do know that. You play differently. Right, your leg sweeps are annoying me and they're not getting you very far. Didn't actually get anything for that. This isn't suspicious. Black Knight Sword +5. Oh, I forgot, you actually get the speech carvings here. You see these a bunch in PvP when somebody invades you, or sometimes when you summon somebody.
Very good.
And people throw them out to convey what they feel. There are more, there's like hello and various other ones. Bloody dark. And it homes on you. Of course it does. There is an item somewhere that'll help me deal with it. I think it's up one of the alternate paths here. If that guy's up actually locked onto me, that'll be a problem up here. That's a soul, that's not what I'm after. I'm sure it's in one of these side buildings. very precarious footing. Really hoping I could make it to that wall, but I didn't. Oh god damn it, there's a second one. Hate these things. Missed me that time, didn't you? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Abyss sorcery discovered by an Ulysses sorcerer on the brink of madness. Fire giant dark orb. This isn't actually what I was after. Didn't think it was. I'm sure what I was after was an item. That's not an item. The I'm sorry carving is very nice. You rarely ever see anybody actually use it, but you know, it's nice. Alright, I came from this way, I want to go this way. Well, that sounded worrying. Where is that item I'm after? I'm sure it was in one of these side buildings. This is where I just was. And if I head further... It's a dead end. That's a dead end. That's a dead end. Guess there's nothing to do but continue on. Roller Seal's tricky. It doesn't come across as difficult, but then it throws some things at you that can be a problem. Like the dark sorceries that home in on you and will blow through almost every defense you have. It ain't pleasant. Maybe I'm mistaken. What I'm after is further in. Alright. Onward. Deal with this guy. There was a bridge there. Would have landed on it, and I know for a fact that's somewhere you go. Don't lie to me like that, Dark Souls. That's stupid. Ugh. Alright. Here we go again. See, the lance could be good for taking out those guys, but you really do get so much use out of the power of the Black Knight sword here. Or I do, at least, because I have it. To be fair, if I didn't have the Black Knight sword, I'd probably be using the halberd. It's a solid weapon, it scales pretty well with strength and dex. You get good range out of it. Just make sure you don't miss. You know, thinking about it. Put the crest shield on, it has the strong magic defense. Sorcery is magic. Will the crest shield actually do better against it than the Black Knight shield? Something to consider. Hopefully it will, because those dark sorceries are doing damage. They ain't good. Pick you up. Not letting you go, there were too many of you. Yep. Fresh shield's good for us. Now we start getting closer to the abyss. Everything starts getting nastier. You see it infecting this area. And the further down we go, the closer we get to the source. The nastier it's gonna get. Watch out for that one up on the catwalk shooting sorcerers. Watch out for the one at the side that's caught me by surprise. Shooting sorceries. Okay, seriously. Seriously? Alright. I want to get to the next bonfire before I call it for the night. Or at least open up that shortcut. I don't want to end this on a death. We're getting close to the end of the stream, but I don't want to end this on a death. So we're going to get that shortcut open. Are we? No, that short. I know. I remember where that shortcut is. That shortcut's way deep. Now we're going to get the next bonfire. Bloated head. What do we got? There it is. Head of an Ulysseal resident whose humanity went wild after being devoured by the dark of Manus, father of the abyss. Bloated head is fissured, cracks lined with innumerable tiny red eyeballs. With a hard outside and mucus-filled inside, no sane person could ever wear it. Nasty. But there's the name drop for the true villain of this piece. Manus, father of the abyss. He's the one behind this. Also brings out probably the most salient point of the entire thing. Humanity went wild. And if you remember the description of the dark orb we found, dark magic boosted by humanity. It all adds up to one implication, that dark is humanity, that humanity is the dark. And there's already the implications that humanity isn't great in large quantities to begin with the Firekeepers. And of course, humanity is the... In fact, you know, humanity is the pieces of the Dark Soul. The Dark Soul that was taken by the furtive pygmy, while the others got the Lord Souls. There's your lore implication with this. Well, let's deal with this. Watch out for the sorcerer. Come on. Problem is, going after the one sorcerer opens me up to the other. let's do this. Take out the one up here. This is a different room. No, I've not watched Always Sunny. It is on my list on Netflix, but I've not gotten around to it. Nothing down there, nothing up here. Come on, really? There's an invisible wall there. Well, you know what it's like with Dark Souls. Nothing's ever explained, it's only implied. Which is why I keep saying implication. All we have are implications. Nothing concrete, just this might be what it all means. There. Make a run for that one. Take it out in one hit. Avoid the other sorcerer. Don't know where you came from. The other sorcerer fell down, I'm guessing. Alright, let's do it. Easy as pie. Dark fog, that's another dark sorcerer. I don't need. I ain't a sorcerer. Pretty far down now, actually. Soul of a hero. Heroes died. Dark Souls isn't a place for heroes. Alright, I think we're actually at the bonfire now. Well, not at. I think we're near the bonfire. Shortcut was a lot closer than I thought. Or is it that shortcut has 2 levels? Huh. Oh, he activated it. Pretty sure the bonfire is not much further ahead. Always somebody on the left and right. Nasty. Now let's get these guys. No, that was a shortcut. Good news is, activate the shortcut, can go right back down. Yeah, those dark sorceries are nasty. That's like 45 fucking... That's like 45,000 fucking souls. To that. So glad I got my 400 souls back. Of all the things to lose that many souls to. Always round the corners. Get back here. There we go. There's always something hidden around these ones. I don't remember you. Wonder why that is. That's probably why. Nothing special. Yeah, back down to hell. Welcome to the Abyss. Yeah, we're going to call it there for today. We got a decent amount done. So what was it? Seath, Pinwheel, Artorias. We're almost done with Manus. Manus isn't actually that much further. Alright, we're back tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. Special thanks to Istasa in the chat for keeping me company. Big thanks to Bane in the chat for giving us some of his wit earlier. Big thanks to everybody who showed up and watched. I appreciate the support. I really appreciate the support. Thank you all for watching and have a good night.